So NCSoft for the Korean server just posted a video which covers all the details for the new September update. We will indeed be getting all this as well. So this covers a lot of interesting things, a lot of extra info on the new weapon, battleground, siege changes, the trial rework, and the rewards we can expect from there, and the new 4-star dungeons, new guardians, crafting, a new player support system with those growth missions. And we have our roadmaps, everything that's dropping with this update, and what we can expect up until 2026. So let's go through the details. First of all, they did come out with a bunch of trailers on the Korean YouTube channel, including this trailer for the new Orb weapon. She grabs it, saving her life, and then it shows some gameplay, some of which we have seen before. But yes, it's ultimately a weapon where you're going to require to place down these different orbs, and then depending what abilities you use, they will be enhanced where the orbs are positioned and how many you have down. In the Korean dev video, they show all the icons of the 12 different skills and a bit of a dummy test here. They're using orb and crossbow, and this just demonstrates the hit rate that orb has and the fact it does require a lot of placement skills. This is auto-translated everything they said, but it will have a 12-meter range, which can be enhanced indirectly and then through stats. It's more of a skill shot weapon where it demands a lot of precision and strategy with regards to placements of skills. You can support your team with preemptive skills, forming shields, and it should have some ways to counter the tank and healer compositions. It will also favor a lot more to be in larger scale PvP versus like small scale. And this fight right here is with one of the new Abyss Stones. But then we have a little bit of a trailer of the 24 versus 24 battlegrounds. Each match will last about 15 minutes and is on this area with 5 different control points. You may recognize the map a bit of the courtyard of the Stone Guard Castle, and yes, similar style, and the size of the area is about the same too. However, there are a lot of different pathways, the ability to get certain buffs, and even control a golem. But yes, it will ultimately be the team which gets the most points will win. And Tico did say, even if you do lose, you will still get somewhat rewarded. So you can join in here and just have a bunch of fun. After 3 to 4 weeks, they will ultimately come out with a ranked mode, depending how all this plays out. At least for the Korean server, they say they will only host the matches at peak times, which makes sense when you need 48 players to even get a match. Again, the matchmaking, you can see what the UI looks like here. You will select whether you are a tank, healer, or DPS. So if you do have a wand, you can still select DPS and it won't think you're a healer. There are some slight limitations, like you can't select tank if you don't have a sword and shield. You can't select healer if you don't have a bow, orb, or wand. You load up the game, you see everybody, you check if you're ready, and when you complete the game, there is some end of screen results showing a bit of who got the top performance, and you can of course still get the breakdown of everybody. We then also get the new Abyss Dungeon Stones, so you'll be able to fight over them with a guild to get extra bonuses, and it will open up a bunch of extra activities to do in those Abyss Dungeons. Don't be afraid if you're just trying to farm and burn your tokens. These will be in like different areas of maps, so not likely in places that you would be farming the mobs anyway. And it should allow for 24/7 open world PvP with your guild. But then they announced they're doing some reworks to the castle siege. No new map just yet, but they will be changing it up quite a bit in terms of new pathways to actually get to the throne. This will require new strategies to defend it, and then, yes, you can come up with new creative ways to attack. You can see with some images here the different particular points that they intend to actually change, comparing left to right, making a lot more space here. No longer the right side access to the throne, but then having a bridge on this one to that gate. You can go compare yourselves, and you can see the actual change to the throne room here. There is still that passageway on the right, it's just further down. This is old, this is new. But then we have a look at the new 4-star dungeon. Yes, we will be getting a new version of Spectre's Abyss with that tier 3 gear. Will be interesting. But then a new 4-star dungeon with this mammoth. We did get a look at some of the rewards, like this greatsword. It's going to have a skill effect where you can immobilize targets. These crossbows, having the ability to do a lot of extra hits. Take these translations with a grain of salt, as they are just automatic translations. This wand, having an interesting ability when you cast a heal, you deal some damage. These daggers, looking kind of broken, but this could again be a translation error, and some were saying this would be limited to the vampiric skill. But then having a look at some of the tier 3 gear, we can see the set bonuses. So you now can have the possibility of having a 5-piece set. You will still get a bonus set just 2 pieces, like 7% attack speed, but you get a bonus then at 3, 4, and 5. This giving potentially like 20 perception. But this is why I warn you not to invest in a legendary armor piece right now, because these are coming out with a set of 5, and maybe you even want to run that full set, or just 2 of one set and 3 of another set, and thus you would be far better off with the legendary cloak. We can even see this greatsword, its skill effect there, which supposedly can chain damage between enemies. We can also see via the drops that there's a new adventure coin, so we probably will not be able to use our loyalty coins to get tier 3 gear. But then we have a look at the new trials. So they're getting a rework. You can see the description of those here. So weekly seasons instead of a 4-month cycle. Time attack leaderboards. Faster to clear, the higher the ranks. And there's custom difficulty modifiers. So you will select up to 5 of them here. I have attempted to get translations for these. And ultimately, if you choose like the negative debuffs, you can gain score increases. So instead of having up to 99 tiers, you can just queue up to any tier, maximum of 10, and then apply those different debuffs to modify your score. Complete it as quickly as possible, and you'll be able to take away rewards. So you will get weekly reset rewards, including a special golden chest and ranking prizes, and these look like upgraded nebula chests with tier 3 gear, tier 3 chaos runes, tier 3 runes, and these chaos prisms to upgrade your legendary gear. Scrolling down on this page, just some extra pouches, and these chests you can see do have like tier 3 weapons or unlock stones. On this page you're getting extra runes, don't know what this currency is, the new loyalty coins, and then like these pouches. Those golden chests, I believe these are the bonus rewards that you have a chance to obtain every time you complete the trial, which can drop like tier 3 gear here, with these pouches dropping a whole assortment, tier 3 weapons, and what looks like a reskin tier 1 gear to now be tier 3. There'll probably definitely be some used assets. But some other major additions, again those extra co-op dungeons, but the revised field bosses for the tier 1 area. So Lastland and Stoneguard. I'm sure we all had a lot of fun with these guys. They'll be updated, new tier 3 rewards, and it'll bring back some nostalgia. But don't be worried, we will be getting a new map expansion that is still in the works. More info on that later. Runes, yes, go to level 120 max, and UI will be getting slightly updated, including the new residents as you see here with those new stones. And when you open this menu, it's all kind of condensed down as we're getting a bit too many. We'd have to keep scrolling. And we will be getting a new Guardian. They did say 3 new Guardians. We can already see the abilities of all 3 of them. This one here is supposedly going to give you 30% max health, along with healing you for that amount, giving you some crit and accuracy, and stacking up to 5 times whenever you attack. This one here simply allows you to fear up to 6 enemies within 5 meters of yourself. And the third one should give you and everybody within 15 meters 8,000 shield, along with some defense and healing received. This is only for 6 seconds though. But then they jumped full into the housing. Again, nothing really functional here. You're not going to be able to gain stats for your character. You're not even going to be able to store your actual items other than the housing stuff within your house. You will work on housing power. You can complete certain achievements here, getting progress and extra points, and you can partake in the crafting. We can even chop down trees now. Go to your bench and craft these certain items, including furniture. Again, if you get a great success, you can sell them for Lucent. A bit of a summary here of what they covered. But then they announced the new growth missions and the guide to help newer players. So when you unlock weapons and you need to make your choice, you can see you have all the different weapons, and then you chose healer and it showed the options of those, and then some demonstrations. With then the growth missions to give you all these extra rewards, including the morphs and amatoys here. This giving a bunch of skill books and runes, even this new resonance, mastery, runes, food, ores, more of them, and finally more runes. All of which should get you on a clear path with upgrading your character through all these different tasks to actually get those rewards, and then boosted to about 6,000 combat power. But finally we jump to the roadmap. So this is simply the announcement of everything coming with this new update. Here's a bit of a visual representation of that too. But the more exciting roadmap, this one announcing up to 2026. So this is the Q4 of 2025, so the last few months, and we'll be getting things like the rune presets, artifact overhaul, dungeon overhaul, Tower of Desire, a guild overhaul, housing part 2, Vienta external codex, server versus server wars, and then the usual events with a Rift portal event. That's new. But with 2026, we can expect a new map update and a new raid. Don't know exactly when, but probably early stage of 2026. And that was pretty much everything they announced. Pretty exciting to get confirmation on the new things they're working on and some more details with regards to rewards, and even having a look at some of this gear and what we can expect. Again, I would not get legendary gear right now. Potentially you're safe at the legendary accessory, as there does not look to be any accessories on these loot tables, unless they are deliberately hiding them. And that could potentially be a belt, a ring, or they intend to remove them. We have not got confirmation on accessories. But yes, was hoping we'd get more of this kind of an info from AGS. Unfortunately we didn't. Their deep dives didn't really give as much info as this sure did. Another special thank you to all these channel members for your added support, and thank you for watching. I don't have my game open, so we'll see you guys around.